So I just came out of a meditation, and it became so clear again that as soon as the mind turns something into an object, then automatically there's this feeling of being a subject. Like when you're meditating and there's a thought, and you follow that thought, automatically feels like you are following that thought. Or when you're looking at an object, feels like you are looking at that object. And this subject that is looking at the object, that subject feels like the object. So when I'm looking at a thought and it's a negative thought, then it seems like the thought is separated from the subject. But I feel like this negative thought. And the only way to escape from this matrix, from this illusion, is by being open. We could say rest as the I am, or be this open awareness. So when you are resting as this I am, or you are being this open awareness, automatically this feeling or thought is allowed. That's why when you're trying to get rid of thoughts or feelings, what happens is they get even stronger. It becomes even worse. Like there was a time in my life, and if you're following this channel for a longer time, then you know that I had this time in my life where my nervous system was damaged due to negative experiences. And I wanted to have a technique to heal my nervous system. And naturally I was Googling and I was watching videos about, how to meditate the right way, how to calm the nervous system, and I was doing breath work, and it worked to some extent, but if I would be the same guy again from the past, and I would like to watch a YouTube video, and it was this YouTube video, if I would tell my past self what to do, now I would probably say just rest as you are right now. Don't think that you have to do something, because the nervous system was damaged because of this constant will to fix something in the first place. This constant trying to do it right, but failing all the time. That's what damaged my nervous system all the time. So if there's someone out there that feels like, the nervous system is damaged, or there's like this heaviness, it's okay to just relax and let it be as it is, because maybe you can feel like when you are just sitting here and there's like an energy flowing through your body, and it's this energy is already healing. And if there's like an emotion or like a blockage in the body, this energy is already healing that. But when you're relaxing and you're not trying to get rid of the energy, then you're actually allowing this natural force to allow healing. So it's okay to just take a deep breath and let the sensation be as it already is. It's just here right now. And when you're able to just, relax in that open awareness, when you're able to relax in that open awareness, then naturally you don't have to do anything. It's just like resting, like being on a vacation. It's like non-meditation. It's like just being, resting, and not doing. And naturally, even if negative thoughts come and go, even if negative feelings are here, the feeling of there's a blockage, that's just allowed in this field of awareness. It's just okay as it is already. No need to think of a better future where you're healed. So it's, even though it doesn't feel pleasant, you don't treat the current moment as if it is an incomplete moment. So you just have to be. That's not a doing, it's a relaxing. And even if you cannot relax, that's also just naturally accepted by the awareness already. So you don't have to do anything to relax, because what the mind will do is, if you feel like you cannot relax right now, the mind will try to find a method on how to relax, which is quite the opposite of what relaxation means. Relaxation means there's no need to use a method. Like when you're coming home from a hard day of work, you just sit down and you're like, no need to use a method. Like, it's not a method to relax. So if you don't feel like you can relax right now, don't use a method to relax, and then that's already a kind of relaxation. It's the most relaxing state that is available to you right now, and you simply are. And the mind might say, but I have to do things later. What if this happens? What if that happens? If it's supposed to happen, it will happen. Because whatever happens, happens not because of you. It happens because the universe wants it to happen. And if it should happen, it will happen. So you can relax. It's not your doing. Your life is not your doing. So when there's this open awareness, which means awareness is not focused on an object, then this is already non-duality in a way. Because when awareness is not aware of an object, then awareness doesn't create the illusion of being a subject. No object, no subject, not two. This is not a practice, this is who you are. You are this natural awareness, this natural relaxation that is beyond pain or pleasure. So even if the body doesn't feel very well, this awareness can relax anyway. It is already the relaxation. So this relaxed, simple being is beyond concept. And when the mind is free from concepts, then automatically the world is no longer a world. The only thing that turns this life into a world, into different processes of things that are happening, like seeing different people, different, just different things, different objects. The only thing that makes it appear as if there are different things is the mind. If the mind is empty, then this is just this. It's not something in particular. You cannot say, of course we could say it's emptiness appearing as form, but that's inaccurate. Because when you are listening to non-dual speakers and they say, this is it, this is emptiness appearing as form, this is all there is, the mind is listening and it's turning those teachings into things. It's turning those words into an object, and then it's looking for that object. The mind is looking at an object, and then it tries to see the emptiness in it. This doesn't work. So the mind will say, I want to be free. The mind says, I want to be free. And then the mind it knows what to do. It's searching. Then it will find something called liberation, and people who are talking about freedom, enlightenment, and how to attain it. And the funny thing is that people who are teaching how to attain enlightenment, they tell you to relax, to meditate, not to search. But then the mind will hear that, and it will turn it into some object in the future, which is again a duality between enlightenment in the future and me, the seeker, here. And I'm not there yet. But there is no there. There's no enlightenment, actually. Because the word is not the thing. And when what is actually meant by enlightenment is realized, then it's also clear that there's not even the thing. So there's no word and no thing, and yet people are talking about enlightenment. There's only the mind is interested in enlightenment. So when there's this pure relaxation, like when you're coming home from a hard working day, you relax. There's no mind in that moment. There's nobody here that could be interested in freedom, that could be interested in, enlightenment, or those are just concepts. So what to do? Someone asked me in the comments, I cannot remember clearly, but I think that the question was, how can I get to a state in which I don't have to ask questions anymore and everything is just clear? I think the only answer to this question is just to do not question. Don't ask, just be. So that's what to do. That's just meditation is still a practice. Meditation is something that it is very liberating. It is very, when you're just sitting there and you're focusing on the breath. And that is extremely helpful when your mind is very loud. There are many thoughts. And when you catch yourself in the midst of this mind storm, and you can put your attention on the breath, that is extremely freeing. And when you can stay with the breath, then the mind can stop. Then you won't feel this anxiety and fear anymore. You will feel deep relaxation. But that's meditation. That's it's still something you do in a way. There's no person anymore. There's no conceptual identity anymore in the mind. But there's this practice of staying with the breath. But when there's just this open awareness, that's not meditation even. That's a non-meditation. That's just being without calling it being. There's no one meditating. It's just the true self being the true self. And that's like the punchline of the whole joke called The Seeker's Journey. It's like the punchline, just because it is so funny actually when you get it. It's like that's it. There's no final destination. It's just the realization of that's it. So no need to heal, no need to get rid of thoughts. Just be. And when you just are, when there's just the true being what it is, then thoughts go away naturally. There's no separate self that has to do something. And the body relaxes automatically. The nervous system heals automatically. So we could say the separate self, when the separate self is trying to heal the body or heal the mind, heal the ego, that's like a fire in the forest trying to make trees grow. It doesn't work. It's just more and more and more fire. But when you finally let go and you go away, you don't do anything, there's no fire anymore. Naturally, the universe, or you could say nature, takes over. And without doing anything, the body heals, the mind heals, you become empty, there's joy, and there are no questions left.